Just booty bumped my entire bookcase. Why am I so awkward? I'm Amber. This is Amber Unabridged. So, when exploring the Twitterverse, I happened upon a readathon taking place this month, in the month of March, hashtag Hamilthon, that is based around the Hamilton musical, which I love. Though I haven't seen performed yet. Half the musicals I love I haven't seen performed. Anyway, so this is a readathon that was created by Louise at Fox's Fairy Tale. That's her Twitter handle. And I don't believe she has a booktube channel, but she does have a book blog. And I will link that down below. The way that this is set up is sort of like a chart, and you have to start at the bottom and follow the path until you find your character from the musical / historical figure. And the prompts are all based off of lyrics for songs or song titles from the musical. The rules are that anything on Goodreads counts. You must start at the bottom and work your way up. A book cannot count towards multiple prompts. So you can't read something for the first prompt and think, oh, it's the second, this next one too, let me just count it towards that. You can't do that. It has to be a different book for each prompt. Essentially, we're reading 5 prompts to fulfill the qualifications of the readathon. I will say the name and then I will describe what the challenge for that song title / challenge is. So the first is Alexander Hamilton. Read a book with a name in the title. Everybody has to start here. The next is Reynolds pamphlet. Read something short, a novella, a graphic novel, what have you. Who tells your story? Read a book written by a marginalized author. Take a break. Finish a book in a day. The world was wide enough. Read a book set in a country or originally written in a language that's not your own. The Election of 1800. Read a book that's set in the past. The Schuyler Sisters. Read a book that's part of a trilogy. Helpless. Read a book featuring a romance or marriage. Your Obedient Servant. Read a book with more than one point of view. Washington on Your Side. A book featuring a devious plot or cunning scheme. Satisfied. Read the last book in a series. Burn. Read a book with a fire-related title or cover. My Shot. Read a standalone book. Wait for it. Read a book you've been waiting for. A new release, a library hold, just excited to get to, whatever. What I Miss. Read a book 5+ years old. So the last 5 of those, if you get to Satisfied, your character is Angelica. If you get to Burn, your character is Eliza. My Shot is Alexander Hamilton. Wait for it is Aaron Burr. And What I Miss is Thomas Jefferson. If you're familiar with the musical, that all makes perfect sense. But if you're not, then go listen to it, please. So I went through and kind of pre-planned my path because I'm going to be participating in another readathon this month as well, which will have a separate video because a friend of mine is going to be participating in it with me. So we're going to film that video together. But I wanted to get this taken care of since it's going to be just me flying solo. So I'm going to start at Alexander Hamilton, where everybody has to start, which is to read a book with a name in the title. Hey everybody, I'm in the process of editing my video, and I started reading the first book that I'd chosen for the first level of the prompt, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It's not good. I can't, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to spend my time being unhappy about things. So I've chosen a different book. It is The Selected Works of T.S. Spivet, a novel by Reef Larson. I started reading it last night, and I do like this one, so this is actually happening. It's set up sort of like there's like the main text. There's like these arrows that come off of a part of the thing and then go, it's almost like footnotes. So I started this, and this is going to be my choice for the Alexander Hamilton prompt. The next one that I'm going to move to is the Reynolds pamphlet, which is to read something short. So I'm going to go with The Collector of Treasures by Bessie Head. I started this already in February, but I'm not terribly far, and I want to finish reading it. I don't want to start a bunch of new books and then have this sitting on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads for the next 8 months. Shout out to The Two Towers. So I'm gonna finish reading it because I like it so far. I love folk tales, so it's my jam. The next one that I'm going to go to is Take a Break, which is to finish a book in a day. I have a lot of books that I could choose for this. I have a number of graphic novels, you can see right here in my video, and I have a couple books from the library, but in keeping with reading books that I own that I haven't read yet, and I'm also trying to make sure that I read something Irish and something Japanese every month. I didn't specify the Japanese books, but it's a thing that I'd like to do. I considered choosing a manga, but I have enough motivation for that. So I'm going to use this as an excuse to read Japan's Best Short Letters to My Hometown. I don't see an editor here. Translated to English by Patricia J. Wetzel. It's a copyright from the Maruoka Cho Cultural Foundation. An entire foundation published this book. It's a bunch of letters that people wrote home, and it's really, really, really short. This is going to take me no time at all to read. The next one that I'm going to be doing is The Schuyler Sisters, which is to read a book that's part of a trilogy. For this one, I am going to be also choosing a book that I started reading in February, which is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Again, I don't want it sitting on my currently reading shelf for like 8 months. Actually, you know, I could also finish The Two Towers for that one. Well, it'll be one of the two. Or both. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll get ambitious. The next one that I'm going to go to is probably Burn, which would take me to Eliza, which is to read a book with a fire-related title or cover. I have 2 books that I'm deliberating between for this, and it'll depend on what I'm in the mood for or how much time I have when I get to this prompt. But one of the ones is Books on Fire, The Tumultuous Story of the World's Great Libraries. I picked this up at a used bookstore a couple years ago, and it sounded really intriguing, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So it would be cool if I got to this one. The alternative choice for this prompt is Fire by George R. Stewart. I have no idea what this is about. I got this at a huge book sale, or I should say a really, really awesome book sale. It wasn't that big, but it was significantly existent, and I saw it and I was just like, it's called Fire, I gotta get it. Why does that make sense? I don't know. Depending on whether I'm in the mood for fiction or nonfiction will determine which book I decide to go with. So those are the prompts, the rules, my plan, and my TBR. There are also Instagram challenges that I might participate in. We'll see. I can post the link to the Instagram account for this readathon down below as well. Yeah, let me know if you're participating. Let me know what your favorite musical is. If you are participating in any other readathons this month, let me know. I'm always curious to see what people are up to. I hope that you have a great time reading books. Thanks for joining me. Bye.